everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to Madden 18 on EA Sports. In today's matchup, we should have a fun one on our hands. It's the Egyptians coming in at 5-4, going up against the Falcons, who come in at 6-3.
All right, we appreciate it, Larry. It's our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Atlanta Falcons and the Memphis Egyptians. The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And they're definitely showing blitz here. They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Eddie Goldman busting through to get him for a loss of 6. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons. From the gun, it's Ryan. And this is going to be incomplete.
I wonder, Brandon, I just wonder, you think maybe he was worried about where he was on the field? Was he far enough? Was he close enough to the first down sticks?
Absolutely. He was right there by him, and I think he was thinking first down before he caught that football. Yeah,
got to catch it first, because if you don't catch it, there's no chance of picking up a first down.
On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on to punt. Back deep, Marcus Wheaton. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. Here's carry number 1 for Jordan Howard. And he is going to feel that one. Knocked down hard at the 23. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. Yeah, 6 yards here to go for the offense on 2nd down. The first carry for the tailback, Jeremy Langford. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Trubisky will throw. Trying to get it to Wheaton, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands. This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Falcons have taken the early lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
Here's Bosher to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And here now the offense heading back out there. And still a lot of football to be played in this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now, but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
Now Trubisky to throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpires get different responsibilities, but always, always making sure no one's holding.
Again, it's Howard. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. This is fielded at the 27. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. They'll throw on 1st down with Ryan. Caught on the right side by Jones. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
And let's face it, that what we just saw there, not a surprise, is it? I mean, this is what he does well. And if you don't tackle him as soon as he catches the ball, this is the end result. Big yardage after it.
Got the speed, the agility, so good with run after catch. And we're only in the first quarter, so they better get a wrangle and a hold on that quicker.
Yeah, you're exactly right. And what's really difficult to try and defend him is if you want to press him so that you get him on the ground quickly after the catch, a lot of times he'll just run past you at the initial point of contact, and he'll go deep.
That one, 28 yards on the ground.
I don't care what the game plan was coming in. After these runs,
you're running it, right?
you make sure you keep circling on your play sheet running plays that are working, and keep patting those big offensive linemen on the back. They're doing a great job.
Goes without saying the defense is going to have to adjust to it.
In a big way, and they've got to figure out, do they have to sell out to stop the run, or can they just...
And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. And this is no good. Missed the PAT, so they fail to connect, and this remains a 13-0 game. Here's Bosher to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. And things haven't started so well for this side. 2 drives, 2 punts.
So now you've got to start looking not just at play calling, but which guy's going to step forward and say, okay, let's get this thing done. Because within that unit of 11, sometimes one guy can make a big-time play and break through the barrier.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, that kind of run on 1st down, that's a winning type of a run. That just sets things up for them moving forward as they begin the drive.
They almost had it. The big D lineman nearly had an interception. Instead, it falls down incomplete.
He's not exactly had a banner start to this game. We're still in the 1st quarter. He's already thrown an interception, and that should have been the 2nd one.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. It's grabbed over the middle by White. And the broken tackle helps lead to a 1st down gain. 11 yards for number 11. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it's going to be 3rd down and a ways to go here. 3rd and 14.
No. Check. Patriot. Leopard. Be good.
Now it's Trubisky. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down.
They decided to take a shot and right down the middle of the field. And really, they didn't give it as much time to develop, did they? They want to take that shot somewhere around the 15-yard mark.
And the defense able to recover, bat it free. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. 35 yards that time on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Here comes the D swarming to the line. The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard. Third down and 1. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 3rd down and a yard to start things out. They'll run it now out of the gun and able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives them a new set of downs.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot has been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And he's got some space here. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards.
We can talk about bend but don't break all we want, but the defense now, we're going to find out just how flexible and pliable they really are. Can they bounce back after that type of a run, that type of momentum against them, and find a way to slow down this offense?
The Falcons averaged 34 points a game last year, tops in the NFL with a powerful offense, and they're already looking for more here as they've got it 1st and 10. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Now they'll throw it with Ryan. Being chased out left. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
On 3rd and goal, Ryan. And that is incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield. But when push came to shove, they stood their ground. And now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
So with 4th down looming, Dan Quinn sends out his field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And this one is right through. And that's going to make this a 16-0 ball game. So give them 3 there. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they couldn't punch it in.
And credit this defense, too. That was the old bend but don't break approach. But it kept the offense out of the end zone.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And now back out comes the offense. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
And he will lose yardage on the play, back at his own 19-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Trubisky to throw on second. Over the middle, complete. It's White. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there at 22.
In recent years, the slot receivers really gained stature in the NFL because they can do so many things. Yes, they can line up wide like your normal wide receiver, but to have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks, those guys are worth their weight in gold.
Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4. And this looks like it's going to be holding. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
After the penalty, it's Langford. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Second down, here's Trubisky. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Dontari Poe in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. He's going to fire one deep over the middle, and he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Taking it about the 16. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Get up!
They'll run with Freeman here to begin the drive. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Now Ryan on second down. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 1:57 to go in this first half. Back to the booth right after this. The Falcons on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. On first down, Ryan. Looking deep for Julio. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So apparently some grabbing of the jersey there on the O-line.
Yeah, just look in the interior, and that's where the penalty occurred.
Now it's Ryan. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. On second down, Ryan. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Here's Ryan. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
On first down, they run with Howard. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
If they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive.
Let's go. No. Check. Patriot.
On second down, Trubisky. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points. Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
And this one is right down Broadway. And they'll at least get on the board here, still trailing, but 16-3 now. So after the pick, they can't capitalize for 6, but they do get 3.
And I know in this situation, most of us wanted to focus on the offense. You know what side of the ball I played on. Let's give that defense a lot of credit, taking it over in a sudden change situation and shutting them down.
And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Basically, you're not going to outwork two guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else with the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit too much. You forget the other options that are out there.
On second down, Freeman. Oh, fighting off the defender. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with third and still 7 yards to go. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On third down, Ryan. Underneath here to Hill. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. The defensive line disperses a little bit here, maybe expecting a pass. first and 10. It's Ryan. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's second down.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
It's Freeman. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
Well, this play sequence was really kind of called in reverse. Incomplete pass on 1st and 10. Nice run on 2nd and 10 when probably everyone was expecting them to throw the football. Now, if you're the defense, what are they going to do on 3rd down? You're a little off balance.
Final play of the half. It's Ryan. Looking downfield. This is caught inside the 15. So we have reached halftime now with the visiting Falcons out on top. As we send you now to Orlando and our Tiburon studios where Larry Ridley's standing by with our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? So both teams have their marching orders and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Now this offense about ready to take over again. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
They'll begin the drive with Howard. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Trubisky with the give to Howard. And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard. Right at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. This is Howard on 2nd down. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play. And it'll be 3rd and 10 now. Now it's Trubisky. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
We just saw another example of really good defensive football, which has led to the cushion that they have in this game. Got to him once again, knocked him on the ground, forced an incompletion.
Yeah, they've set the tone. It's one thing to set the tone, another to come in here on the road and set the tone. Here's Pat O'Donnell now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Taken in at the 11. So possession goes over here on the punt. Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, the fact you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
From our vantage point, that was just one bad play by the offensive line. in a series of really good ones tonight, but I know that they're going to be really ticked off. It's a lot like a baseball pitcher losing a no-hitter late in the game.
So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's 2nd and long. Again, they'll run with Freeman. And now running right through him. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. They get 8 yards back there, and they could use another one of those now on 3rd and 7. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 7. Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Ryan to Jones, the Falcon connection there for a first. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And some room to roam now. Gets through and now an opening. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
Well, plenty of credit has to go to the guy carrying the ball. He broke the tackle and gained the yardage. But that doesn't necessarily mean that the defender's bad. They're not going to make 100% of the tackles all the time. Even the best in the game will miss one occasionally. The key is not to let it snowball and miss tackle after tackle. On that play, credit to the offense, but that doesn't make the defense bad.
Freeman again, a first down carry. And he'll take this one down near the 15. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Hey, get there, get there. Here comes the boom. I see you, boy. I see you.
And some extras coming up on the line here, readying for the blitz. On 2nd down, Hill. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a first.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, Ryan. He is going to find Hill here. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Falcons will extend their lead. And they will line up now for the 2-point try.
Watch that in. Watch that in. Tight end 3.
Operating from the gun. Ryan. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
On 1st and 10, it's Trubisky. On the left side, a catch by White. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. Third down. And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on third.
Here we go now. 3-19.
They go counter with Howard. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Partner, that's another short run there, and I think the easy thing is to look at them right now and say, let's get away from them entirely. Let's start throwing the football, but I don't think you ever entirely abandon the run. It helps set a tone for the game for you, keeps your offensive linemen feeling good about themselves, and it actually tamps down a defense's pressure because if you just throw it all the time, it's going to tee off with the pass rush.
They'll indeed go for it with Trubisky. Sliding out of the pocket. He can run for it, and he will. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. All right, here we go. Back 99 Philly, here we go.
Looking to throw Trubisky on first down. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down. Ten yards still left on second down. On the handoff, this is Howard. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
We know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right. That pass will go from incomplete to complete.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down. They'll try and throw for it here. Now Howard stripped. He lost the football, and the Falcons grab it. Room here to run. And they're going to come up empty here on fourth down. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Another carry for the workhorse tonight. Freeman fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
The Falcons on 3rd down. 6 conversions and 9 tries. They've done a great job of picking these up. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, it's Ryan. Dancing to his left. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. And the D looking like they may blitz. They'll run it now out of the gun. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Forced out to his left. And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
I don't know about you, but I can hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. Ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
To throw is Ryan. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Jones. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Caught on the right side by Jones. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
I really don't think that Julio Jones could be happier right now. Plenty of catch opportunities in this game. He's converted them, and his team's winning.
And Matt Ryan's happy, too, to have Julio Jones on the other side of these.
Yeah, you know, a lot of times we talk about breaking teams down, and oftentimes it's through a running game. These two, they can break a team down through the air.
And the 8th play on this drive coming up. They'll look to run with Freeman. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Defense likely bringing pressure here. 3rd and goal from the 2. And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage.
There are certain drives in a game where anything less than a touchdown that caps it feels like an absolute disappointment. This is one of those drives.
And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will extend their lead even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
here's Bosher to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. And the D-line pinching together must be expecting the run.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 5.
On first down, Trubisky. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked off near the 34. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Facing this fourth quarter deficit, felt like they had to throw the ball, and on the other side, they were ready.
No doubt about it. They're playing situational football. They look at the clock. They know the lead that they have, and all they're doing is playing pass on every down.
Playing the pass, picking it off, and now big time in the driver's seat. They'll run it now out of the gun. And some space here. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. Good gain there on first down. It keeps them in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him, ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They're in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up what looks to be a third and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate. On third down, Devontae Freeman. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
So he splits the uprights there, and I would imagine it's nice as a kicker. Right when it leaves your foot, you know it's good.
Yeah, it's kind of like a golfer that picks up his tee after a nice drive without even watching it land.
Solid analogy. I like it. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, you know, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass, and then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass, and that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
2nd and 10 now. It's Trubisky. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Set. Blue 90. Blue 90.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And some room to maneuver. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Now this offense ready to head back out there. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
Twisting away. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Only a yard on the gain there, and that'll set up 3rd and 13. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back. Those are the ones you focus on and want to take away, and they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Let's go! Gun!
And he goes in motion here in the backfield. Here's Trubisky. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Pulled in at the 24. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. Running right, this is Freeman. Oh, he bowls over him. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, we all know the guy carrying the ball is going to get the credit, both in the stat line and probably in the newspaper. But guess what? Those guys creating holes, they couldn't feel better about themselves right now. Offensive line, tight end, probably even the wide receivers are involved. They're moving the ball well.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted, no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you prime the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.
So for the Falcons, they keep pace for a playoff spot as they move to 7-3. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to New Orleans to take on the Saints. Meanwhile, for the home team here, it's a loss that'll drop them back to 500 through 10 games. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaughan. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say good night, everybody.